Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine buying your absolute dream home.
Right.
It's everything you wanted. Spacious, beautiful, in a perfect, tree-lined neighborhood, ready to be the backdrop for your family's life.
Hmm.
You sign the papers, get the keys, and the excitement is just through the roof.
Yeah.
But then, just a couple of days later, before you've even really settled in, an unexpected letter arrives in the mail. No return address.
Ugh.
And that seemingly innocuous envelope is the beginning of a real-life nightmare.
It's an incredible contrast, isn't it? That feeling of pure joy turning so abruptly. We're talking about the very real case of the house at 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey.
Right, 657 Boulevard.
This was back in 2014 when a family purchased this classic 6-bedroom colonial revival home, truly believing they'd found their forever home for their 3 young children.
But instead of the usual welcome basket from the neighbors, they started receiving anonymous, deeply unsettling letters. The writer signed off as the Watcher.
The Watcher. Chilling.
So our goal for this deep dive is really to pull directly from the source material you provided, extracting the chilling facts and bizarre details of this case to understand what truly happened to this family in this now infamous house.
So that first letter, it arrived just days after they closed on the house. Handwritten, no return address, immediately setting a strange, almost clandestine tone.
And the initial lines are deceptively normal, almost like a standard neighborly greeting. It started, "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood."
Very standard, yeah.
But that polite facade evaporated almost instantly.
That's where the core, bizarre claim emerges. The Watcher wasn't just being neighborly, they declared a long-standing, almost possessive connection to the property.
Possessive, that's the word.
The letter stated the house has been the subject of my family for decades now. They claimed their grandfather watched it in the 1920s, their father in the 1960s.
Wow.
And now, as the house neared its 110th birthday, it was their turn to be in charge of watching. Yeah. The nugget of insight here is that the threat wasn't random. It was rooted in this warped, almost entitled generational obsession with this specific address.
So it's framed as this bizarre inheritance of surveillance, like it's their job.
Exactly. And then it got terrifyingly personal.
All right. The Watcher revealed they knew incredibly specific details about the new residents, their names, the children's names, their ages, even their daily comings and goings. How quickly they seem to know everything is just deeply unsettling.
Well, this knowledge implies sophisticated, close-up observation. It transformed the threat from just an odd letter into something terrifyingly real and immediate.
Absolutely.
And the Watcher was clearly unhappy with the family making changes to the house. The letter specifically mentioned the renovations underway.
Oh, yeah?
Expressing disapproval, calling it destroying the house as it was meant to be. They even warned against making 657 unhappy, personifying the house itself as something with feelings or demands.
Making the house unhappy. That's
Right.
okay.
Right.
Just reading about that first letter gives you chills, but the sources reveal this was just the beginning.
Not even close.
More letters arrived over the next few weeks, and they didn't just continue, they sharply escalated the level of threat and strangeness.
Exactly. The themes became much darker. The Watcher explicitly wrote about watching the children, which is, of course, a direct hit at the parents' deepest fears. There were mentions of blood sacrifices, which is just profoundly disturbing in this context.
Blood sacrifices.
And one of the most bizarre elements was the talk of the walls whispering.
The specific quote about the walls is particularly sticky from the material. Have they found what's in the walls yet? In time, they will.
Right.
That line alone plants a seed of genuine fear, suggesting hidden, perhaps gruesome, secrets within the very structure of the home.
It raises an important question. Was this just psychological terror, or did the Watcher truly believe something was hidden, or perhaps wanted the family to believe it? The mystery deepened, even as law enforcement got involved.
Which they did, right?
Yeah.
The sources detail that police investigations were launched pretty much immediately.
Yes. Neighbors were questioned. Forensic tests were done on the letters, searching for fingerprints or DNA.
Standard procedure.
But despite all these efforts, the material reveals a critical dead end they found. Well, nothing.
Nothing.
No fingerprints, no useful forensic evidence emerged. No one in the neighborhood seemed to have seen anything suspicious or anyone lurking, just a blank.
And crucially, this lack of progress didn't deter the Watcher at all.
Not in the slightest. Despite the police investigation, the letters kept arriving.
Unbelievable.
One letter contained this chilling declaration of physical presence and long-term control. I walk by the house many times a day. You don't know me, but I know you. Who am I? I am the Watcher.
Okay, that's direct.
And I have been in control of 657 Boulevard for the better part of 2 decades now.
Claiming control. That direct assertion of constant physical presence and claiming control over a property you just bought must have been unbearable.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just random disturbing mail. It's the feeling that you are constantly being surveilled by someone who views your home as theirs.
And the key insight here is the immediate and profound consequence for the family. The sources make it clear that fearing for their children's safety, they made an incredibly difficult decision.
Yeah.
They never actually moved into the house.
Never moved in.
Yeah.
Think about that reality. They bought their dream home, invested in it, probably started planning room layouts.
Pouring money into renovation.
And were effectively terrorized out of living there before they even unpacked a single box. The house sat mostly empty, a constant silent reminder of the threat, while the letters kept coming, just adding to the torment.
Yes, and the material notes that years later, another disturbing letter arrived, reinforcing the persistent nature of this harassment.
Years later, it didn't stop.
Nope. This one stated, "It has been years now. 657 is crying for its young blood. Have you found all the secrets yet? The house is patient. It is waiting."
Crying for its young blood. That brings back that chilling idea from the first letters, that the house itself is somehow waiting or demanding something.
Right, connecting the Watcher's intentions or maybe delusions to the property's perceived nature.
The family eventually tried to sell the house, but that, predictably proved incredibly difficult.
Yeah, how could it not? By this point, the story had gone public, circulating through local news and eventually national headlines.
Everybody knew.
Who would knowingly buy a house with this kind of history attached? The sources capture it perfectly. Who would buy a haunted home with a stalker watching from the shadows?
It's a fair question. So, years passed. The mystery of the Watcher remained completely unsolved despite ongoing efforts.
Still unsolved today, a suspect was never definitively found or charged.
And the unresolved nature is precisely why the story captured so much attention and lingered in the public consciousness. It's like a real-life horror movie plot.
Well, speaking of movies, the material you provided shows that in 2019, the story was optioned by Netflix for a dramatization.
Right, the series. That brought even wider awareness to the case and, all the unanswered questions surrounding it.
But the real family, the ones who actually lived through this terror, they've largely maintained their privacy.
You can't blame them.
Not at all. According to the accounts, they still reportedly refuse to speak much about what happened to them in their dream house.
Which is entirely understandable given the trauma, but it leaves this lingering uncertainty hanging over 657 Boulevard.
Totally. The sources end with the mystery intact. Is someone, or perhaps this self-proclaimed watcher, still watching that house, waiting for the next family to arrive?
So to sort of wrap up the key takeaways gleaned from the source material here, this wasn't just a piece of urban legend or, fictional scary story.
No, this was real.
It was a real documented event where a family's home purchase turned into a prolonged period of psychological terror. They were driven out of their house by an unseen individual who possessed deeply unsettling knowledge about them and made these bizarre, chilling claims about the history and even the kind of malevolent nature of the house itself.
And the unresolved mysteries surrounding the Watcher, the fact that they were never caught and the motive remains completely unclear is what makes this story so persistently unnerving. It just hangs there.
Absolutely. And thinking about the Watcher's claims, about the house waiting or crying for young blood, and the idea they put out there about secrets hidden within the walls, it raises a question that really sticks with you. How much does the perceived history, or even a sense of potential malevolence tied to a specific place, influence our willingness to live there? Especially when a mystery like this remains completely unsolved.
It's a heavy thought.
Knowing what happened, knowing someone might still be out there, would you dare unlock that front door at 657 Boulevard and try to make it your home?
Please subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to create even more great content for you. Thank you so much.